4.2, Student Trustee Report. Hansel will give you a microphone. Hansel will provide his report from student government.
Last week, I attended a National Legislative Summit in Washington, D.C., and got the chance to advocate for DACA and Pell Grants to Illinois Congressman Brad Schneider and Randy Hochran. I also joined a new student trustee group dedicated to putting together a permanent student trustee committee within the American Association of Community Colleges. I am currently working with our facilities department on the logistics of having a self-sustaining bus system that would run between all three campuses completely free for all students. I've also found a couple options for bus providers and am putting together a report on the overall costs, benefits of having this at CLC. There is an information session on scholarship opportunities for Dreamers at Grace Lake campus on February 22nd. And another one will take place on the 28th at Lakeshore, which is tomorrow, from 4 to 5 p.m. Students learn about a number of scholarships available to undocumented students and how to apply. And they also receive help developing a personal story for their application. So if you know any students who could benefit from this, please let them know. February is Black History Month. CLC's African American Outreach Committee hosted 2 Students with a Goal swag meet and greets. African American students were introduced to a proud CLC support system of faculty, staff, and matched with peer mentors who will promote ongoing student success. The Think Historically Black College Fair was held for the first time at the Grace Lake campus on February 17th. There were 46 colleges, 26 HBCUs, and 20 guaranteed transfer admission partners participating, and 325 people attended, including middle and high school students, college students, and parents. Mayor Sam Cunningham of Waukegan, a graduate of Central State University, also attended. There were also a variety of events honoring African American leaders and addressing relevant topics throughout the month. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Hansel, and thank you for staying on top of the DACA issue. And we really appreciate that, and the rest of the student government. Thank you. 2018 AACT National Legislative Summit. I mentioned that in his report. From February 10th through the 14th, several trustees, Catherine Finger, Barbara Olschlager, Julie Shiroka, Matthew Stanton, Hansel Lopez, and I, along with Rich Haney and Nick Calieris, attended the AACT National Legislative Summit. We had productive meetings and discussions with Congressman Brad Schneider and Randy Hochran, and we met with Congressman Schneider's and Congressman Roscoe's higher education staff. Would any of the trustees like to comment on any visits to Washington?
Well, you know what? I'm the old timer at this.
Yeah.
Let's give the new folks a chance to discuss.
I'd certainly like to say a few words.
Sure.
First of all, we were absolutely amazed by Hansel. He was wonderful in his advocating for DACA. So poignant the personal stories, and we really got the message across on behalf of not only CLC, but community college students and students in general from the United States, and it was really quite impressive. So once again, thank you. Thank you for taking that risk and for representing us so very well. And the overall conference for me was amazing. I'm going to borrow your word of honor. I felt honored to be a part of this team, and I saw at a national level the respect that CLC garners nationwide. Not only from a community trustee level, which is very true, but also just from our robust and constantly growing programs. And it was quite evident as I attended that conference in DC. The advocacy part, of course, was wonderful. We had great sessions that armed us well to go ahead and have conversations with our lawmakers. We felt well informed and able to do a pretty credible job. I think we did. And the information was really well received. And I will say that our old timers, as you say, Barb and Rich and Joe and those who've been a part of our community for a long time are very well known at the national level. And Amanda as well, for the committees that they sit on, and they were all referenced while we were in Washington. So once again, it was an honor to be a part of the team, and I'll definitely do that.
Thank you, Catherine. Julie?
I was so proud to be part of the College of Lake County at that conference, and I'd like to thank the board for kind of introducing me around and getting me to know everybody. I really appreciate it, and I went to a new trustee conference session so I can learn how to do everything right. or try to anyway. And I'd like to say when all the Illinois community colleges had the opportunity to meet with Senator Durbin and Senator Duckworth, that Catherine, as a newbie, did such a fine job talking about an issue of risk sharing with the college and how it's going to affect the College of Lake County, this bill that's going through where students, we might have to pay back students' Pell Grants. That's the cliff notes on that. And I would just like to say that I thought she did a great job representing our students in the college in that issue. And I think we were heard, and I think that was the best part of the conference, is being heard by our representatives. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Catherine.
I'd like to say something too.
Matt, please.
I was in Washington as well, and I think one of the things Julie referred to is the reauthorization of the Higher Education Act, which goes back to 1965. It's been amended several times. It was impacted by the No Child Left Behind, but right now it's still existing because it's been carried over, but it's up to be reauthorized. It's over 800 pages, and there was some very thought-provoking, useful information sessions there, and I would encourage everybody to make something like the Higher Education Reauthorization Act. Has kind of a numb feeling to it, but just the name of it, but it's so important, and it is under attack. There's provisions in this reauthorization proposal that are very big banker friendly. They're very debt collector friendly. They're almost sinister towards students. They favor includes things like redefining what a credit hour is, things that open the door for more privatization of private schools, and wherever that might lead. Randy Hultgren is on that committee, so he's the Illinois guy. He's not in this district, I don't believe.
Just part of us.
Yeah. So this is something that I think we should, really look close at. It's an attack on our heritage and the American dream.
Thank you, Matt. Anyone else want to comment? Yes, Barbara.
Yeah, just briefly, I'm not going to talk about what everybody else did. There was a new event this year at the National Legislative Summit, and it was an alumni reception. One of the schools in Illinois had contacted all of their alumni in the Washington, D.C. area and invited them to a reception. There was about 75 folks that were there. I think most of you know that I'm the state coordinator for AACT, and this next year we as the state of Illinois are going to be putting on a push for all community colleges to partner in doing a reception like this for alumni from our schools that are located in the DC area. I bring this up now because I want to be on record of saying that College of Lake County will be partnering as one of those institutions. I've been assured by Julie Shiroka that our alumni office already has the information on our alumni that are in the DC area, so it'll be very easy for us to partner to do this. This was a wonderful reception. It's a pilot program, and it's a great way to reach out to your alumni and also recruit prospective donors, so that was a really good thing as well.
Thank you, Barbara.
I know the board would also want to thank Nick Calieras for his good work in pulling all that information together. We had piles of information, so just want to say thanks to Nick for pulling on.
I'd like to echo that too, because of the information that you sent to me. I'm working with Senator Durbin's office to get reimbursement for help with our Illinois, our veterans program, our two people that work in the office here at College of Lake County. So that's still in the works, so thank you very much for that information. We'll move, yeah.
I think it's important for the audience to know how many federal dollars we're actually getting from the federal government, which is the real reason, one of the reasons we're there, of course. And I know Nick has that number.
About $16 million
$9.2 million in Pell Grants. And the rest is through competitive grants, SEOG, etc.
Another reason we're there, or I wasn't there this year, is to show up to make sure that 16-digit finds its way to the college like that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Trustee Griffin. A few other things here. Let's see, we have a salute to gospel music, which was Saturday, February 24th. Trustee Finger attended it. It's the 34th annual salute to gospel event. I'm Tammy Salas, Genesis leader in Waukegan. Any comments from Dr. Finger?
Sure, I'd love to make a few. It was an amazing event. It really was a combination of the sacred and the exceptional. It was quite a celebration. And just a few people that I would like to call out. Our own CLC Gospel Choir was highlighted, and my gosh, they were just exceptional under the Director of Energetics, Matthew Hunter. And I'm hoping they'll be able to slide into one of his classes. Enjoy. I haven't run that past my president yet, though, but that's on my agenda. Walt Whitman.
Can you sing?
I just want to sit back and enjoy it. Walt Whitman and the Soul Children of Chicago were wonderful, very engaging. And it was really fun just to see the ages of kids from just the youngest to adults all working together beautifully under his leadership. And we did have a tribute to former trustee Dr. Phil Kerrigan. I was able to lead that tribute with Mary Claire, and it was touching and fitting. As many of you probably know, Dr. Phil Kerrigan was a big fan of the arts and attended many of our CLC events and was a longtime supporter of this particular event, and it was just a lovely moment. He was just well remembered and will be dearly missed by that pocket of individuals in particular. Other highlighted guests, John P. Key and the New Life Community Choir gave about a 45 to 50-minute concert at the end, and they were just amazing and energetic. Hoping to have them back. Longtime MC Effie Wolf, a Chicagoland Gospel Radio on-air personality, was one of our two hostesses for the evening. She worked with co-MC Johan Cotton Wilson, Lakeshore Campus Special Projects Coordinator, and the two of them together gave just a wonderful performance. They set a tone, they were welcoming, but also had an air of a celebration about them. It was beautiful. Also, the 2018 Harambee Award recipient, Pastor Eugene Roberson, and the 1 Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church Choir were there, along with ministers Craig Neal and Trinell Dufy, also from the 1 Corinthian Church, to receive their award and to make a few remarks. And Patricia Jones, whom you may remember as a former trustee from CLC, trustee emeritus, and also the Waukegan Township Supervisor. She was there to comment on the professionalism of the staff, quality of CLC, and the event overall. Lastly, Nikki Handy, CLC student and Sister to Sister and Black Student Union member, gave remarks on our behalf. It really was a wonderful evening, and I'll be back.
Thank you, Trustee Finger. Let's see, proposals for ACCT and ACTE conferences. Trustees are working with the administration to submit proposals for two conferences coming up in 2018. Trustee Oslager's proposal is for the ACTE Career Tech Vision 2018 conference that highlights CLC's Fire Science Technology Program and the partnership with the Grays Lake Police Department, or Fire Department. And I have a proposal for a session on CLC's partnerships and high school alliance for the ACCT conference in October. And this completes my report.